What would the motivations be for Gen Z joining the military outside of...
Are you ready to die for abortion? Private, are you committed to spreading the United States of degeneracy?
Because this is what day one looks like now.
You think of...
Well, I saw this TikTok, had to share. You got this young fella, Gen Z, and he's parroting why Gen Z doesn't want to join the military. Some of the points I've heard from you guys in the comments, in the video I did about the guy in Poland trolling the soldiers, you probably know what it is. Stand by. Let's see if we can dissect it. They have too much information. Let's go.
If I were to die, I'm still going to be alive on the internet.
I'm in the ghetto. Ra-ta-ta-ta. Does this uniform make me look thick? Ah! Wait, I forgot my phone. I got a drink.
I'll give you some context before we get into the young fella. Glad you're here. Welcome back to Jamesons Travels. So, I don't know if it's a skit. It's the real army. See so many TikToks that don't make the military look good. Now, I get it. Young people are going to have fun. But if you're an employer, would you want your employee making your company look stupid? I don't know.
Water out of this? Renegade, renegade, renegade. Oh, grenade. It's fucking hot out here. Where's the AC? Let's break. Wait, I don't have my gun!
Attention! Sir, yes, sir! Private August. Yes, sir! My parents raised me a non-binary. Just how we like a private. Private, are you ready to die for pride parades in Kiev? Are you ready to die for our greatest ally, Private? Private, are you willing to die to maintain the sovereign state of Israel?
I've heard this a lot in the comments over the years. All of these statements could be fringe, but I've heard thousands of times from Gen Z saying this. So I don't know how much a Gen Z that's eligible to go in thinks this. Because the patriotism, you didn't build that, I was never proud of America, is gone. So now it's just a job. You're not going in thinking, okay, I'm going to make this into an adventure, grow up. Because we're going to get to an Army vet, looks like, talking about this, like, why would Gen Z join? You saw him at the beginning. He's got some interesting points. Stand by.
Are you willing to die for the revision of sodomy laws? What about abortion, Private? Are you ready to die for abortion? Private, are you committed to spreading the United States of degeneracy?
I don't know what you can argue with this kid now, what we see with our own eyeballs, right? Would you want to send your young son to Ukraine right now? I mean, you saw what happened 20 years in the desert. We come back with what? I mean, I don't even see oil being cheaper. You'd think there'd be something, right? Do I feel safer after 20 years, after 9/11? 9/11, we had a record group of people who joined, right? They were patriotic. And you look back, 22 years later, and you go, it swung the other direction.
Every single darn part of this world. I'm talking about transhumanism in Sweden and child bottom surgery in Portugal. Sir, yes, sir.
Not me being dramatic. Girl, guess what? I just got kidnapped.
Now think about it. You're a young man, you want to test your mettle, and then you see these kind of things. Sure, it's a skit, but some of these aren't skits. I don't know what's going on, but you see these people make it look stupid. It's not helpful at all. Again, we're going to get to the Army guy talking about why would Gen Z join? He's got some good points.
I'm calling you through my Apple Watch. So, where are the bathrooms? I'm not using those. Actually, my pronouns are hot, sexy, and always slay. We're getting attacked. Oh, that's not really...
That was the pronoun theater, the stunning and brave trans people, all that. Is that helping recruiting? Are we getting a mass influx of people that are transgender joining the military? Is it help? I mean, if it does help, I'd go, okay, you're right. I don't know what I'm talking about. I think all the things combined, and now Gen Z's got all this information at their fingertips. They can see it with their own eyes.
My thing, you know what I'm saying? Hey Siri, call an Uber. And then he took off his mask and...
Hey, we're drafting you to the Army.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Oh, hell no. Oh, but look, you get to become TikTok famous.
Do you think there's some people really joining for the Instagram, the TikTok? I didn't grow up with any of it, so maybe it's a thing. And maybe it's a good thing. They want to go in and they love it and they become lifers, right? I don't know that's the case, though, because it's not even as good as the TikToks look, and they're sitting around, hurry up and wait, coming in on weekends to clean the squad bay or the barracks, and they're bitter.
So I've been spending some time thinking about this for a little while. I want to understand, what would the motivations be for Gen Z joining the military outside of being an influencer or being viral on TikTok?
That's a real question. I don't know. When I heard this, and I saw the young man doing this skit, making fun of why he wouldn't join, the Israel comment, the abortion, the bottom surgeries. He's this guy. Looks like he's in, I'm guessing, the Army. I couldn't find an answer to that question. Family tradition, maybe. Maybe they want to go in and test their mettle, and they're going to go in and try to go SF or something, or recon or something along those lines. I don't know.
Do they find free college appealing? Do they find free room and board appealing? Do they find free medical care appealing? Like, what are the reasons why Gen Z is interested in joining the military? I genuinely want to know.
I don't think they find any of that appealing. They go into debt they're never going to pay off. They're forced to get health insurance, often with a subsidy, right? They don't have a good job through Obamacare. The pride element of this has been destroyed by the brass, the patriotic element. So what's left? Just a shitty job you have very little control over in their mind, in Gen Z's mind? You see where I'm going with this?
In Gen Z and you're thinking about joining the military, let me know in the comments what your reasoning for it is, because I'm genuinely curious. I would love to know.
Now, I looked in this guy's comments. I'll link to these videos below. And most of the comments didn't have a lot of views. It's short. It's on YouTube. Were people going in. They weren't people not going in with why they wouldn't go in. You guys are Gen Z, comment why you're going in, why you're not going in. But I don't know what the real draw is now, because after 9/11, people were patriotic. You got people fired up. And before, like in my time frame, you didn't have all this information. You didn't really know, and I had a family history of it, so you kind of went in for different reasons. Now you look at this, would you have your kid go in? Your little brother, would you say, hey, you should go in? Here's my take. And if you go in with a purpose, you're not going to be doing something boring, sitting back in garrison, it'd be a good adventure for you. Likelihood of you getting blown up overseas is probably slim at this point. You're more likely to die in a DUI car crash. So if you go in wanting to get something out of it, right, you go into Space Force and you're some sort of satellite guy. But it's hard. There's so many other options now. When you've degraded it, you've pulled it down, you have had MS2 moms, had all these things, young kids that are trolls, the Reddit crowd, they could go in. They could actually be authorized to go in, they pass this test, don't want to do it anymore. Let me know in the comments.